Recently, I've been looking at a bunch of Jane Birkin like fashion pics and fashion inspo. One picture that kept popping up was this one of her wearing these really great patchwork jeans. I've been kind of wanting a pair of patchwork jeans for a while, but I really liked the ones that she was wearing in this photo. And then I remember that I actually have two pairs of old, just like beat up, cut up craft jeans that I need to do something with. The first pair I have are these Levi 505s, and I actually got them last March, right before quarantine, because I wanted a little craft thing to work on. I didn't get very far in them. I kind of like started because they were kind of like way too big for me, so my idea was just kind of like just take them in because they were like, they're really comfortable jeans. So I took some off the side right here, and it's really not a good job. And then I did like the elastic trick where you put some elastic in the back of the waistband to like cinch it in, but the only problem is it kind of just gave me like diaper looking look. So, and then the other pair are my brother's girlfriend gave these to me because I was originally going to make a jean rug, and she had these old pair of jeans that she was just going to throw away because they were like ripped in the crotch and all that. The first thing is actually these pair of 505s. I need to fix my crappy job. Instead of having this elastic right here, because I think it just doesn't really look great. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is take some fabric in from the back. To do this, the first thing I'm going to do is remove the elastic because I clearly don't want that in there anymore. And then I'm going to take off the little Levi's tag thing in the middle. And then lastly, I'm going to take off this belt strap thing right on the back. Once I have all of those off, I'm going to remove the waistband from the actual pant part. I'm gonna open it up about like 10 inches because I don't need the whole waistband off, I just need that back portion. The thing about denim, or at least most jeans, is that they have this like weird double stitch in the back right here. So it's gonna make it like kind of complicated to replicate it. Okay, but now that I have the waistband open, I'm just going to start de-stitching this double thread. Also, I recommend that you don't seam rip it out all the way to the bottom. Like I left about an inch or so at the bottom. Through a method of guesstimation and sort of just pinning it and trying on, I kind of came up with this line that goes all the way down to the bottom right there. So now that I have a line that works pretty well, at least well enough, I'm just going to sew a straight line right along this line of pins. And then once I've sewn that, and I tried on and it fits well, I'm just going to cut off the excess, leaving a generous amount. You really just want enough that you can like fold it in, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm just going to basically just fold it to about a width that's the same as the original, and then fold that excess under that. And then now that I have that, I'm going to of course pin it and sew just a straight line right along that. So I just finished sewing back on all of the buckle straps and the tag. I mean, I definitely could have done a better job on the back here. It's definitely not like professional, but as long as I don't rip my pants, I'm not too mad about it. And now we can finally get into the fun stuff. So I have already marked these. So basically right now what I'm kind of gonna be making like cutoffs, I guess, and just cutting off this part of the leg down. And I already tried these on and marked where my knee is, and I just cut like a little bit above my knee, but then also left room for sewing. So, cut time. So I'm just gonna take this leg and put it on top of this leg and sort of just use it as a stencil so that the legs are even. Now we have a pair of jorts. Also, another thing is at the bottom of this part, there's like a weird little triangle, little cutout with a different piece of denim, you know? So I think I'm gonna use this denim scrap to have a little contrast for that little triangle piece portion, whatever. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sort of draw out the triangle using this, of course, as the length. I'm just lining it up and I'll probably stop like there, maybe. Okay. Her little triangle seems to only be like about that wide, so yeah. I've really been into jeans recently. Like, I literally, every time I go to the thrift store, it's sort of rare for me to leave without buying a pair now, especially because they don't have the dressing room open. I feel like if you find a pair that could work, you kind of have to get them because you don't know, it could be the best fitting pair of jeans ever. So, that's my TED Talk. Now, I'm just gonna cut this and hope that it looks good. Okay, so this is the triangle opening, I guess, that we've made. And now that I have this little piece, not only can I use it for a stencil on the other side, but I can also use it as a stencil for this. Except for I do have to add a little bit for seam allowance. But yeah, I kind of want to like do a like denim collection because I've just been in love with denim recently. And I've gotten an obscene amount of it at the thrift store recently, so let me know if that would be something you're interested in. Or don't, I'll probably do it anyways. Now that we have the little triangle pieces, we can just turn our pan inside out and try to pin it. This is what I have that side looking like. I think I'm just going to sew this and then I'll be right back. So I have the triangles both sewn in and I must say it's looking pretty good so far. So I have these jeans that I'm gonna use as like my measuring tape of how long I want this to be. Now that I know what length I want, because these pants fit my length, I'm just going to place this one on top. Then I'm gonna mark it and I'm gonna leave about like 1/2 inch for seam allowance. Also, because I think I wanna do like the seam on the front, I am actually going to turn it like that, if that makes sense. Like this seam, this white one, that's the double one, I want to have it like more front facing so that it just kind of looks cool and different. Now I have my little leg. Okay, now just gonna turn it inside out. I'm also gonna turn my little piece inside out. And now we can just pin it. Yeah. As I was saying earlier about my recent denim shopping addiction, I've also just, well, thrifted, I should say. But I've also just been addicted with thrifting. Like, I've been kind of going like an unhealthy amount, like on average, like once a week. So a little bit of a shopaholic. I have recently been getting less stuff though, because there was a time where it was like non-existent for me to leave the thrift store with only like one item. But the past couple of times I've either gotten like 1 or 0, so kind of proud of myself. And there's nothing wrong with indulging, just I was kind of doing it a little too often. So I have this pinned and I'm gonna sew it. I have it all sewn now, but now we're gonna work on the other leg. And to start, I'm first going to just cut the legs evenly with each other. Okay, but this is where we're gonna kind of change things up a little bit. So I thought it'd be really fun if, rather than doing this just the same as the other, if we like did a split down the middle and added fabric from this leg so that we can have like a nice fun contrast, little Frankenstein moment. To do this, I'm first going to construct the leg piece. So I'm gonna just kind of try to line this up, even though because this one's flared and this one's not, it's gonna be like kind of not lined up perfectly. I'm also not gonna go perfectly down the middle. I think I'm just going to do like just a little strip of this, a couple inches wide. So yeah. And yet again, make sure that you leave seam allowance room. Also, let me know in the comments below if you even like me making clothes and DIYing clothing on this channel. Or you could also let me know if there's like anything else you would like to see. And I'm just gonna set it on here and I'm kind of just going for it at this point. Like, I'm more just having fun with this. I'm just gonna turn it inside out. And then I can just pin it. Kind of want to apologize for my lack of posting for the last couple of months. It was kind of mainly just because it was pretty stressful with school and then worrying about what am I gonna post this week. So, you know, and for the first month of school, I was getting out like a video a week, which is what I originally kind of wanted to do. But I'm not gonna lie, that was extremely stressful, and I wasn't even like filming and doing videos I really wanted to do. I was just doing videos that I was like, I think I could shoot this in a day and edit it in one night, you know, just so I could get it up. And then I just kind of told myself, like, why? I'm just stressing myself out more. I'm making videos that no one wants to watch and I don't want to make, so what's the point? So I decided I'm just going to, you know, take it slow, film over a few weeks, edit over a few weekends, and make videos that I actually like and I actually enjoy. And my channel has done a lot better since. I have this pin now and I'm, you know the deal, I'm gonna sew it. Of this now, I was thinking that actually rather than sewing this one how I did this one, I might like not fold it inside out and sort of do it this way so that it's like frayed. I think that that would be fun. Now I'm just gonna pin it. Also, I started an Instagram. It's just Nate Wait What. I haven't posted anything yet. I don't even know if it's public yet. I kind of just started it and didn't do anything else with it. I do want to start posting on there though, so if you want to go follow that, it's just Nate Wait What on Instagram. They're pretty much almost all done. I just sewed this thing, seam, whatever, and I did like one and then I did another one right next to it but above it so that it hopefully won't, I want it to fray but I don't want it to fray and fall apart, so hopefully that will kind of stop it from falling apart. I kind of want to cut the bottom of this leg only because it's a little boring over here, so, and I'm gonna just actually kind of go for it. So yeah, I'm noticing that this denim isn't really fraying. I think it might be because it's really stretchy. So I'm actually thinking of taking a strip of this and then sewing it to the bottom to not only add fun contrast, but this one does fray, so, you know, I think it's worth a shot. Maybe I can just rip it. Have a little strip now, and I think I'm literally just going to sew it to the bottom. I'm also thinking of maybe adding some different patches, like not actual patches, but like patches of denim to the like top part of these pants because I think that they would just, it would kind of just look cool. And I also did see a picture of Jane wearing a different pair of patchwork jeans and they had some patches like by the pockets. Okay, so these last couple of things I'm actually going to hand sew. You see my dog? Hi. I noticed that when I looked closely on the one original picture that I had, I noticed that at the top of like these triangle pieces, she actually, there was like a little X stitch at the top or on the side, something like that. So I'm gonna kind of do that. And I'm also gonna hand stitch on these little patches. So I'm just gonna kind of make it fit this little area. I am just gonna pin it down and see if I like it there before I actually sew it, because I don't want to have to seam rip it out, you know? I need to get actual fabric scissors because these little cheap ones are not cutting it. My hands hurt. Okay, so I think this is the placement I'm going with. And I also just remembered how much I hate hand sewing, so let's just get this done. Okay, so we are finally finished. I'm realizing that this video is kind of more just like a watch me make this rather than being an actual helpful tutorial, so sorry about that, but whatever. I think it's time for the grand reveal. These are them. I think that they turned out really well. And I really liked the pockets that I put, or not pockets, the patches that I put right here. I kind of like did this cool little hand stitch looking thing, and I also did it right at the top of the triangle because that's what hers looks like. This is how the frame turned out on the bottom. So yeah. I think I should try to recreate her little photo thing. I'm just referencing this from my memory, so she's kind of like this, I think, or maybe like that. And how does this look? Okay, long enough of standing still. I love how this part turned out, where I did like the two-tone, especially because on this side, like this line matches up, and then it's like frayed at the top, so yeah. Please let me know if you enjoyed this video in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you if you have subscribed, and I hope to see you later. Okay.